Hello YouTube, it's Keith Kevin Kent. How you doing? How you doing? I hope you're doing well. Finally, Spyderco just released, and I have in my hand the new Little Native burnt orange with the CPM Rex 45 steel. It's a sprint run. As you know, Spyderco has announced releasing this huge CPM Rex 45 steel family of knives. They started it last year when they released the military, the paramilitary 2, and the para 3 with G10 scales. Because all of these knives have burnt G10 scales. And then this year they announced a whole bunch of new knives. All of their American made knives, they're going to have in burnt orange with Rex 45 steel. So besides the military family, they have the Manix 2. They released the Manix 2 with the burnt orange G10, but they still will be releasing the FRN. It's not FRN scales. Someone just told me, for all my life, I've been calling the lightweight Manix that it had FRN scales. It does not. But it's the lightweight Manix that they still have not released. So we're waiting for that one. They have released the Native and the lightweight Native. They released the lightweight Para 3. And now we've been waiting for first the lightweight Manix. I've been drooling, and I know a number of you have asked me every single time I do a knife. You've been asking, when's the Little Native coming? When's the Little Native? Well, the Little Native has been released. So we have the Little Native, and then we're expecting the Native Chief, and of course the Shaman. So we still have a lot more pieces to come to conclude, but I'm excited about having the Little Native. Again, it's a sprint run. It is in stores now. In fact, you might notice that there is not a 023 on this blade. People always ask me, why do I have 023 on a lot of my blades from Spyderco? Like that one. You see that? Well, the reason is I'm part of the Spyderco Collectors Club. 023 is my number. And when you see 023 and then V, that means that knife is a variation of the original. You don't see that here, do you? Because I'm still waiting for my knives to come in. I'm waiting for two very special knives, one of which would have been the Little Native and another new knife. So we're waiting for that. And I'm on the internet, and I happen to see a store that was open, and they just posted their few Little Natives. So I just bought it, and here it is. I couldn't wait. That's my problem of being a collector. I just can't wait. So let's talk about the Little Native. Again, this is a sprint run, which means they are very limited. They're available everywhere. It's not a producer's limited edition. So it's available everywhere, but they're selling out fast because usually a sprint run is about 1,200 knives, give or take. So Spyderco gives a few knives to all of their distributors. So they go pretty fast. So you should check it out. They are up right now. Okay, they are up right now because I have one. And I just bought it yesterday and got it rushed in because I wanted to share it with you. The Little Native has really become very popular. At some point, I'm going to talk about some of these little collections within the bigger Spyderco collection because the Little Native is very interesting. Of course, Spyderco released several spin-offs from the Native. They did the little native. They did the shaman, the big native, and they did the native chief, another big native. So Spyderco really looking at their American-made knives and spinning them off. So let's talk about this knife. Part of the collection that you see on the screen, those are the current knives that have arrived. So it's Rex 45. Rex 45 is the American version of HAP 40 steel. American-made steel. It's the American version of the Japanese HAP 40 steel. Spyderco did a burnt orange collection of their Japanese-made knives with HAP 40. This, of course, has a drop point blade. Now, Rex 45, super hard. Great wear resistance and really, really tough. Just a really nice steel. It is not a stainless steel. You have to take care of it, just like you had to take care of HAP 40. But it's an excellent steel. Of course, this has a full flat ground blade, 2.5 inches. So it's legal in everywhere that you need to be under 3 inches. It's a real small knife. 5.9 inches is the entire knife, and it only weighs 2.4 ounces. I'm expecting at some point that Spyderco is going to release a lightweight FRN version of this knife. Can you imagine? It'll be like a feather. It really will be like a feather. Now, this version has compression lock. A lot of the Spyderco sprint runs and special releases from distributors have been the favorite compression lock, of course, that Spyderco has been using for years, but really became popular with the Para 2. Now, the original release knives, Spyderco actually dropped 6 original knives with black G10. Plain edge, well, the satin plain edge and fully serrated compression lock. Then they released a satin plain edge and serrated edge with a DLC coating, a black blade. And then they released, that's the black blade. Then they released, so I don't know why I call it satin. They did release another satin set of plain edge and serrated, but that they had to backlock. Because remember, this is a little native. The native doesn't have a compression lock. But Spyderco originally released this with a backlock and with a serrated, with a backlock and with a compression lock. Those knives, by the way, are still readily available at Blade HQ and other places. I say that because it's hard to get these sprint runs. It's very, very hard. And a lot of people are waiting for them. And they don't even have a little native. Go buy one of the little natives. And let me tell you, once they discontinue the lockback little native, which I bet they do at some point, years from now, that's going to be the rare one. But this is really a nice knife. I'm so happy it came. Of course, it has burnt orange G10, like all of these. It has the embedded liners inside, skeletonized liners to keep off the weight. It has the wire clip, the little mini deep carry wire clip. It's right hand, left hand, tip up only. All of the compression locks only have right hand, left hand, tip up only. Just a really nice knife. And I am so happy that it is in the collection. Yeah, I'm crazy, and I got to stop being so crazy. The world is crazy, but my collecting is crazy too. So I'll end up with 2 of these, but I'm okay with that. I really love this knife, and I'm really excited to finally have it added to the collection. I can't wait for this entire collection to be completed. Should be completed in a month or so. I can't wait to see the big shaman in burnt orange. And I can't wait to see that huge, huge native chief. This will be its first variation to have that orange and the Rex 45 steel. So there we have it. It finally came in. The knife of the day is the new Sprint Run Little Native with Rex 45 steel, burnt orange G10 with the compression lock and the wire clip. I just love this knife. Good luck finding it. Again, it's available. So if this is one that you're looking for, go check it out. There are still some available. I appreciate all of you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on your notifications, because I'm going to get all these Spydercos coming in. Plus, I have a lot of other great knives that I want to share with you. But even all the people who watch, there's only 70% of the people who watch haven't subscribed yet. It takes a couple of seconds. It just helps me out. It just motivates me. So help me out with that. Please take good care of yourselves and your families. I hope you guys are doing well in these weird times. I appreciate all of you. Keep those pockets full. Goodbye.